Hello everyone, today we're going to be reading this. This is actually really old, like a lot older than me. We're gonna be reading all the way up to chapter 2, chapter 1 through, or the Genesis, and then I'm gonna stop at the Exodus. I think that's, I don't know what it said. So I'm gonna read 52 pages. Yeah. Oh, and I just need to show y'all something real quick. So this is, my grandma and grandpa's, handwriting. It says, and my mom, on the, presented to, and then it says 12/25/86, which is the date. December 25th, 1986, which is, my mom was like 9. So, let's start. I really hope I don't rip any of the pages. Okay. The International Children's Bible, doesn't start there, I guess. Yeah, it starts on the Genesis. The beginning of the world. In the beginning, God created the sky and the earth. The earth was empty and had no form, darkness, covered in the ocean, and God's spirit was moving over the water. Then God said, "Let there be light." Infamous phrase. Magnificent. And there was light. God saw that the light was good, so he divided the light from the darkness. God named the light day, and the darkness night. Evening passed and morning came. This was the day. This was the day. This was the day. Then God said, "Let there be something to divide the water in two." So God made the air to divide the water in two. Was above the air, and some of the water was below it. God named the air sky, even past and morning. Then God said, "Let there be water under the sky, be gathered together, so the dry land will appear, and it happened. God named the dry land earth. He named the water that was gathered together sea. God saw that this was good. Then God said, "Let there be produce, plants, some plants will make grain from seeds, others will make fruit with seeds in it, every kind of plant." And it happened. The earth produced plants, and some plants had fruit, its own kind of plants. God saw that this was and the third morning came. This was the third day. And then another morning came. This was the third day. Sorry. Then God said, "Let there be light in the sky to separate day from night. These lights will be used for signs, seasons, days, and even years." Then to the earth, and it happened. So God made the two large lights. He made the brighter light to rule the day. He made the smaller light to rule the stars, sun, and moon. But I realized I wasn't in frame the whole time. I really don't with the pages. See. God put all these in the sky to shine one on earth. They are to rule over the day and night. He put them there to separate the light from the darkness. God saw that that all of these things were good. Evening passed, and the morning came. This was the fourth day. Isn't that amazing? All right, 5 minutes. Okay. Then God said, "Let there be water filled with living things, and let the birds fly in the air above the earth." So God created the large sea animals. He created every living thing that moves in the sea. The sea is filled with these living things. Each one produces more of its own kind. God also made every bird that flies, and each bird produces more of its own kind. God saw that this was good. God blessed them and said, God said, "Have many younger ones and grow in number and fill the water of the seas, and let the birds grow in number on the earth." Evening passed and morning came. This was the fifth day. God said, "Let there be filled with animals, and let each other produce more of its own kind. Um, um, it, Let there be tame animals and small crawling animals, and the wild animals. Let each produce more of its kind." And it happened. So God made the wild animals, the tame animals, and the small crawling animals to produce more. Okay, I'm finally done with page 1. That's a lot of reading. Okay, I might read like maybe 15 pages, hopefully. Maybe 10. Maybe 5, because it takes a while. Yeah, I'll do 5 pages, because it's going to take a long time. It's going to be a very long video. Sorry, their own kind, God saw that this was good. Then God said, "Let us make human beings in our image and likeness, sea and the birds in the sky. Let them rule over the tame animals, over all the earth, and all the small crawling animals on the earth." So God created human beings and created them in His own male and female. God blessed them and said, "Have many children and grow in number. Fill the earth and be its master. Rule over the fish in the sea and over the birds in the sky. Rule over every living thing that moves on the earth." God said, "Look, I have given you all the plants and that have grain for seeds, and I have given you all the trees and fruits have seeds, and they will give you food. I have given all the green plants to animals to eat. They will be food for every wild animal. Every bird of the air, every small crawling animal." And it happened. God looked at everything He made, and it was very good. Evening passed, and morning came. It was the 6th day. The 7th day, rest. Everybody gets tired on I'm gonna be tired in a few hours. So the first people. This is the story of the creation of. I don't know how to read that, but I think I finished the first part. Now I have to finish the second part of this. The sky and the earth when the Lord God made the earth and the sky. There was no plants on earth. Nothing was growing in the fields. The Lord had not made it yet. Rain on the land, and there was no man to care for the ground, but a mist often rose from the earth and watered all the grounds. Then the Lord, then the Lord, God took dust from the ground and formed man from it. The Lord breathed and the breath of life into the man's nose, and the man became a living person. Then the Lord God planted a garden in the east, in a place called Eden. He put the man he had formed in the garden. The Lord caused every beautiful tree and every tree that was good for food to grow out of the ground in the middle of the garden. God put the tree that gives life, and he put there the tree that gives the knowledge and good and evil. A river flowed through Eden and watered the garden. From that point, the river was divided. It had 4 streams flowing into it. The name of the first stream is Pishon, and I think that's what it's called. It flows around in the whole land in Havilah. I still don't know where where there is gold that gold is good. And onyx, bedulium. I don't know what that says. And onyx are also there. The name of the second river in Gihon is, I still don't know. It flows around the whole river is Tigris. It flows around the Assyria river towards the east. The fourth river is Euphrates. I don't know. The Lord God put the man in the Garden of Eden. The care for it and work it. The Lord God commanded him, You may eat the fruit from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat the fruit from the tree which gives the knowledge of good and evil. If you eat every fruit from the tree, you will die. Exclamation mark. Okay, the first woman. Then the Lord said, It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper who is right for him. Make a helper who is right for him. From the ground God formed every wild animal and every bird in to the man. So the man could name them whatever the man called each living thing. That became its name. The man gave names to all the tame animals, to the birds in the sky and all of the wild animals. But Adam did not find a helper that was right for him. So the Lord God caused the man to sleep very deeply. While the man was asleep, God took one of the ribs from the man's body. Then God clothed the man's skin at the place where he took the rib. The Lord God used the rib from the man to make a woman. Then the Lord brought the woman to the man, and the man said, "Now this is someone whose bones came from my bones. Her body came from my body. We'll call her woman, because she was taken out of man. So a man will leave his father and mother and be united with his wife, and the two people will become one body." The man and his wife were naked, but they were not ashamed. The beginning of sin. The beginning of sin. Now the snake was the most clever of all the wild animals. The Lord God had made one day that the snake spoke to the woman. He said, "Did God really create that you must not eat fruit from any tree in the garden?" Woman answered, "The snake, we must eat the fruit from the trees in the garden, but God told us you must not eat the fruit from the trees that is in the middle of the garden. You must not even touch it or you will die." But the snake said to the woman, "You will not die. God knows that if you eat the fruit that that tree, you will learn about good and evil. Then you will be like God." 1 second. Just 1 second. I need to pause real quick. The woman saw that the tree was beautiful. She saw that the fruit was good to eat, and that it would make fruit and make her wise. So she took some of its fruit and ate it. She also gave some of the fruit to her husband, and he ate it. Then it was as if the man's and the woman's eyes were opened to realize that they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and made something to cover themselves. Oh my gosh. They heard the Lord God walking in the garden. This was during the cool parts of the day, and the man and his wife hid from the Lord. God among the trees in the garden, but the Lord called to the man. The Lord said, "Where are you?" The man answered, "I heard you walking in the garden. I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." God said, God said to the man, "Who told you that you were naked? Did you eat fruit from that tree? I commanded you not to eat from that tree." The man said, "You gave this woman to me. She gave me fruit from the tree, so I ate it." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "That have you done?" She answered, "The snake tricked me, so I ate the fruit." The Lord said to the snake, "Because you did this, a curse will be put on you. You will be cursed more than any tame animal or wild animal. You will crawl on your stomach." Ooh, nice. I don't know why I said nice. We're almost done. This is a very long video. If I went to like 20, then this would have been like 3 hours long. I'm not joking. Okay, 4. "And you will eat dust all the days of your life. You will make you and the woman enemies to each other. Your descendants and her descendants will make enemies. Her child will crush your head and you will bite his heel." Oh my gosh. The God said, then God said, to the woman, I will cause you to have much trouble when you are pregnant and you gave birth to children. You have great pain. You will greatly desire your husband, but he will rule over you. Oh my gosh. Then God said, the man, you listened to what your wife said and you ate the fruit from the tree I commanded you not to eat from, so I will put a curse on the ground. You have to work very hard for food. In pain you will eat its food all day of your life. The ground will produce thorns and weeds for you, and you will eat the plants from the field. You will sweat and work hard for your food. Later you will return to the ground. This is because you were taken from the ground. You are dust, and when you die you will return to dust. The man named his wife Eve. This is because she lived with her mother of everyone who lived. The Lord gave me clothes from animal skins from the man and his wife, or for the man and his wife. Okay, I'm almost done with the fourth page already. I mean, the first part of the fourth page is really not that much, but the second part of the fourth page is gonna take a while. Okay. Eve. The name sounds like the Hebrew word meaning alive. Cain. This name sounds like the Hebrew word for I have given birth. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I keep saying oh my gosh. Well, it's pretty fun reading the Bible. It's entertaining? I hope so. But okay. And so the Lord dressed them. Then the Lord said, look, the man has become like one of us. He knows good and evil. And now he must keep him from eating some of the fruit from the tree of life. If he does, he will live forever. So the Lord God faced the man out of the Garden of Eden. He had to work the ground. He was taken from God, forced the man out of the garden. Then God put angels on the east side of the garden. He also put a sword of fire. It flashed around in every direction. This keeps people from getting to the tree of life. Whew, so I'm done with the first paragraph. Okay, man, I hope this video doesn't get too long. The first family. Adam had relationships with his wife Eve. She became pregnant and gave birth to Cain. Eve said, with the Lord's help, I have given birth to a man. After that, given birth to a man named after that, Eve. After that, Eve gave birth to Cain's brother, Abel. Abel took care of sheep. Cain became a farmer. Farmer Cain. Later, Cain brought a gift to God. He brought some food from the ground. Abel brought the best parts of his best sheep. The Lord accepted Abel and his gift, but God did not accept Cain and his gift. Cain became very angry and looked unhappy. The Lord asked Cain, why are you angry? Why do you look so unhappy? If you do good, I will accept you. But if you do not do good. Sin is ready to attack you, but sin wants to. But you have to rule over it. Cain said to his brother, Abel, let's go into the field. So Cain and Abel went into the field. Then Cain attacked his brother with what? And killed him? Is that allowed on here? Later the Lord said to Cain, where's your brother Abel? Cain answered, I don't know. Is it my job to take care of my brother? Well, I mean, it's in the 10 Commandments. It says, you shalt not murder. And he kind of like, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Then the Lord said, what have you done? Your brother's blood is on the ground. That blood is like the voice that tells me what happened. And now you will be cursed in your work with the ground. It's the same ground where your brother's blood fell. Your hand killed him. You will work to ground, but it will not grow crops for you anymore. You will wander around on the earth. Then Cain said to the Lord, this punishment is more than I can stand. Look, you have forced me to put working the ground, and now must hide from you. I wandered around the earth, and everyone who meets me can kill me. Oh my goodness. Then the Lord said to Cain, no, if anyone kills you, I will punish that person 7 times more. Then the Lord put a mark on Cain. It was a warning to anyone who met him not to kill him. Dang. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm almost done. Okay, I'm on the 5th page now. Oh my goodness. Then the Lord said, what have you done? Your brother's blood is on the ground. That blood is like a void. Wait, never mind. I already finished that part. I have been on page 5 for a while. Cain's family. Then Cain went away from the Lord, and Cain lived in the land of Nod east of Eden. Cain had relations with his wife. She became pregnant and gave birth to Enoch. At the time Cain was building a city, he named it after his son Enoch. Enoch had a son named Irad. Irad had a son named I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Had a son named well, that's a long name. Methuselah, and Methuselah had a son named Lamech. Lamech married 2 women, one wife named Ada, and the other was Zillah. Ada gave birth to Jabal. He was the first person to live in tents and raise cattle. Jabal's brother was Jubal. Jubal was the first person to play with the harp and flute. Zillah gave birth to Tubal. He made tools out of bronze and iron. The sister of Tubal was Nama. Okay, I'm done with the 2nd paragraph for the 5th the page of the 5th 5 okay, there's not much in the 3rd paragraph, so let's read it. Lamech said to his wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice. You wives of Lamech, listen to what I say. I killed a man for wounding me. I killed a young man for hitting me. Cain's killer may be punished 7 times. Then Lamech's brother will be punished 77 times. Oh my goodness. Adam and Eve had a new son. Adam had relations with his wife Eve again. She named him Seth. Eve said to God, has given me another child. He was the place of Abel, who was killed by Cain. Seth also had a son they named Enosh. At the time, people began to pray to the Lord. Okay, Adam's family. Oh my goodness, this is a lot of reading and I'm almost done. So don't worry. Adam's family history. This is the family history of Adam. When God created human beings, He made them in God's likeness. He created them male and female, and on that day He blessed them and named him human beings. When Adam was 130 years old, he became the father of another son. He was in the likeness of the image was in the likeness of his image. Adam named him Seth. After Seth was born, Adam lived 800 years. During the time, he had other sons and daughters. So Adam lived a total of 930 years. Then he died when Seth was 105 years old. He had a son named Enosh. After Enosh was born, Seth lived 807 years. During that time, he had other sons and daughters. So Seth lived to about 912 years old. Then he died. When Enosh was 90 years old, he had a son named Kenan. I think Kenan. After Kenan was born, Enosh lived 805 years. During that time, he had other sons. That's the end of page 5, and I hope you liked that video. Yo 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 yo.